Welcome back to the MMA Explorers. Today, let's get started with Conor McGregor explodes on Mike Perry at BKFC press conference. During the BKFC press conference, tensions erupted as Conor McGregor unexpectedly exploded on Mike Perry in front of a stunned crowd. McGregor unleashed a fiery rant, calling Perry out and questioning his credentials, while Perry stood his ground but remained relatively calm. Before we continue, make sure to leave a like on this video to support the channel. Let's aim for 10 likes.
Yeah, you're welcome back, because I welcomed you back. October 11th is your date, and you'll dance for me, boy. You'll dance for the owner, and then we can talk. But your date is October 11th. Michael Perry, the return of Platinum. And we've got some hell of an announcement for an opponent for you. One of the baddest men to ever grace the Ultimate Fighting Championship when it comes to bare knuckle. And he's going to throw down with you in front of me for my viewing pleasure. And then I'll decide if you're worthy.
I can't argue with that. It's hard to argue with that, Platinum. Let's go with somebody that's very outspoken. He is our BKFC.
Dana White says White House UFC event will be baddest of all time. Dana White has revealed major details about the highly anticipated UFC event at the White House. Speaking on the Full Send podcast, the UFC CEO promised that the card will be the baddest UFC event of all time, and he's aiming big. White named Jon Jones versus Tom Aspinall as his dream main event, and that dream might actually come true. According to Dana, Jones has officially ended his retirement and has re-entered the UFC drug testing pool, signaling a serious return to action. But that's not all. White also teased that Conor McGregor could be on the card, adding even more firepower to what could be one of the most iconic events in UFC history.
And then we're filming. One whole side of the backdrop will be the White House, and then the other side will be the Washington Monument. So it's just, it's so unique, so badass, and so once ever, like you said.
How many fighters reach out to you that want to fight it?
Everybody wants to fight.
That's what I was going to ask you.
Literally everybody wants. Everybody.
Yeah. I know you can't say too much because you guys will announce it when you announce it, but
well, here's the thing: we're still a year away.
Yeah.
So the whole UFC landscape will change over the next year. We'll see where we're at, and we will absolutely, positively put on the baddest card of all time.
So this is not going to be like a normal card.
No,
all cards are great, but this is going to be a
like
super
an exceptional pay-per-view card.
Wow. Because I know, like, obviously there's been some fighters like, McGregor hasn't been in a while. I saw right when this came out, he was back in the ring. He was actually sending us voice messages saying, guys, I'm dialed. I'm ready for this and stuff. So, and I saw Jones. We don't know if he was serious. Is he not retired anymore? Is he back in
You jump back in the pool, so.
Really? Yeah. Officially?
Oh, yeah.
Because they're not going to want to miss something like this. Is it possible that McGregor and Jones would fight on the same card?
Could be.
That's crazy.
Tom Aspinall sees Ilia Topuria as future 3-division champ. UFC heavyweight champion Tom Aspinall had high praise for lightweight king Ilia Topuria during a recent interview with TNT Sports.
Lots of talk, Ilia Topuria in that performance at UFC 317. For you, is he now one of the superstars in UFC if he wasn't already?
I think he was already, but I think for me, I think he might be the biggest star in the UFC right now, in my opinion. I was there live, so I got to feel the energy in that place, and that guy is an absolute superstar.
Lots of talk about a potential fight with someone you know well, Paddy Pimblett. What are your thoughts on that, and if it does come to fruition, how do you see it playing out?
I think it's a tough fight for Paddy. I think that Paddy's got a little bit of a weird style where it's hard for guys to prepare for him. So I think that Paddy's definitely got a chance. That being said, Ilia, in my opinion, is almost unbeatable right now. Nobody's unbeatable, of course, but Ilia is on incredible form at the moment.
There's also lots to talk about him becoming the first 3-weight UFC champion. Yeah. Do you see that, and what's your thoughts if people kind of run through divisions like that?
I can absolutely believe that Ilia Topuria can win 3 belts. I think Jack Della right now is on great form. He's got a big fight coming up with Islam Makhachev. But I think that Ilia Topuria is just special, man. I think that Ilia Topuria can beat anybody around those weights, kind of lightweight, welterweight, and obviously featherweight.
Dana White eyes Ilia Topuria versus Islam Makhachev Superfight if Islam wins. During his recent appearance on the Full Send podcast, Dana White was asked about Ilia Topuria and Islam Makhachev, and he didn't hold back on his excitement for a potential showdown between the two champions. The UFC CEO said that if Islam wins the welterweight title, a super fight with Ilia Topuria is the next big thing.
Another massive fight.
What the fuck? What?
Another massive fight would be Ilia versus Islam too.
Of course.
Yeah.
But I mean, Salim is obsessed with that fight.
Oh, really?
He's obsessed with it. And I tell him, I'm like, but they both got to win more fights in their division first, right? That's kind of how you do it, right? When it's like they both run through their division, and then it's like you're in the position where it's like, I got to make this. That's what happened with Volk Islam, right?
Well, the other thing is too is that Islam moves up, and obviously if Islam won the title, you know, you immediately have a super fight with him and Ilia. So
Caio Borralho hints Khamzat Chimaev might retire after UFC 319 title fight. UFC middleweight contender Caio Borralho has added fuel to the speculation surrounding Khamzat Chimaev's future in MMA. Speaking with MMA Hojay, Borralho revealed there are whispers behind the scenes that Chimaev might retire from MMA if he defeats Dricus du Plessis and captures the middleweight title at UFC 319.
Heard somewhere some people saying that if he wins the belt, he's gonna retire. I think
you
so.
heard that?
There's some little talks.
Oh wow.
Some whispers, you know, some whispers about that. Like if he wins the belt, he retires, you know. Like I'm not sure of that. I don't know if I believe that or not, but it's an option, you know. There's too much pressure on him. Yeah, health problems and a lot of pressure from his country. I don't know, maybe he retires, maybe not. Wow. He has a lot of money already. Like a lot of money. He's good with money, you know. He'll be already the champion. So why not retire? I'll do the same.
Alexander Volkov breaks down potential Tom Aspinall versus Cyril Gane. Alexander Volkov has shared his thoughts on a potential heavyweight title clash between Tom Aspinall and Cyril Gane, a fight that's reportedly being lined up as Aspinall's first title defense. Volkov, who has faced both men inside the octagon, brings a unique perspective. He was submitted in the first round by Aspinall in 2022 and lost a close split decision to Gane at UFC 310 in 2024. Speaking to MMA Junkie, Volkov said the matchup is a true toss-up. I think both of them are good, and Cyril Gane, he's really good with his movement, with his legs and everything. He's not so bad at grappling now. He started working a lot on his grappling and his ground skills. So, I think it's 50-50. It depends on how the fight starts, how both of them will be prepared for this fight. Volkov added that Gane's motivation to finally win UFC gold could be a key factor, but based on personal experience. On paper, when I fought both of them, Tom Aspinall looks better, but in the fight, it could go anyway. Who do you have winning if this fight gets made? The slick striker in Gane or the explosive grappler in Aspinall? Let us know in the comments. Chris Curtis drops to welterweight. Chris Curtis is making a return to the welterweight division as he prepares to face Max Griffin this weekend at UFC Nashville. After suffering back-to-back losses, including a third-round TKO defeat to Roman Kopylov, Curtis has decided it's time for a change. Speaking to the media this week, Curtis explained his motivation behind the move.
What are my feelings heading into this one? I'm really angry. I'm kind of grumpy, kind of hungry. Forgot what that felt like. I'm normally like happy, singing and dancing on fight week. The decision to go to welterweight's kind of been one of those. It wasn't anything recently that happened per se. It's when we got signed to the UFC, we got signed to 85, the upper weight class. I've been fighting most of my career at 70. I fought everywhere from 70 to heavyweight, but my home was 70. We got signed to 85. And turns out I exceeded everyone else's expectations and my own. We did way too well. So we always said we're going to get signed, we drop down, whatever. But I did well, and I enjoyed not dying all the time. So we stayed at 85. Did really well at 85, but once you start getting higher up in the rankings, it's not just like how good the guys are. Physicality becomes an issue. And I've never, I'm 205 pounds. Fighting at 185, we got guys who are 220, 230. You can't bridge that gap. Like that's, maybe some people can, I can't. Like I couldn't. So after the last one, we thought about it before the fight, and I was like, I told myself, like, it doesn't go my way. Then maybe it's time that I actually go back to 170. I'm very fortunate, man. I've trained 7 days a week pretty much for the last 15 years. I've always been pretty consistent, and Sean over here says I hate myself, so I train every day. But the work to get back to 70 was, it feels normal.
This Islam Makhachev versus Jack Della Maddalena to take place in the US. Ali Abdelaziz has dropped a major update on the highly anticipated showdown between Islam Makhachev and Jack Della Maddalena. While many fans expected the fight to take place in Abu Dhabi, the dominant manager revealed that the bout will instead happen in the United States. Speaking on the matchup, Abdelaziz said, "Before we continue, help us reach our goal of 100 subscribers here on MMA Explorers. Hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications so you don't miss any of our daily MMA content."
If Belal would have won, Islam would have fought Ilia. That was the plan. He would have fought Ilia, 100%. Like a lot of people saying all this stuff. He would have fought Ilia.
Hunter went over to Dagestan.
2-3 weeks. I sent him to Dagestan.
You sent him 2-3 weeks, 2-3 years, forget?
I sent Islam said, I will not fight Belal. But, you know, Belal ended up losing. Islam fighting Maddalena. I truly believe Islam is going to beat him. It's not going to be in Abu Dhabi.
I don't know where
Makhachev is not going to be in Abu Dhabi.
I don't know where the fight's going to take place yet.
I can tell you. It will take place in the US.
Really? Okay.
In a big arena. One of the biggest arenas on the planet.
Let's wrap it up for the day. Thanks for watching.